Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Ana, and welcome back to a very special video about Benidorm being an addictive town. It's something that we wanted to show you for a long time now. We will be making some tours down the famous Mediterranean casino, the Festilandia and the Soul Park, as well as the Ozone bowling place. And we'll finish up with the most popular bingo places and salas here in Benidorm town. These interactive and fun places are really popular here in Benidorm, and a lot of hotels also collaborate with them to send them some clients, and instead they receive some benefits. Today's video is starting right at the beginning of the Mediterranean Avenue. And here amongst all these shops and different businesses, as you can see right here, which the majority of them are closed because it's nighttime, it's around 9:30 p.m. right now, there is a very popular and probably the most popular casino of Benidorm, the Casino Mediterranean. This place is really huge. It's around 3,600 square meters. They have a huge parking inside of 3 floors for almost 500 vehicles. And they collaborate, as I've mentioned already, with a lot of the hotels. For example, if you will be staying in some of the hotels like Dynastic Hotel, Rosamar, Mediterranean, Helios Hotel, Madeira, Port Benidorm, Deloitte, Agir, and a lot of others, you will get a special offer where sometimes they even give you a free parking or at least a free entry, as well as a welcome drink for the guests of these hotels. Nevertheless, to say that obviously to get here you will be asked for your IDs. You will be registered in their system, so you need to bring your ID document with you. That's really important, as well as people under 18 years old, so basically children, teenagers, cannot access this place, which is really strict in this case. Also inside, obviously we will not be filming because it's not allowed, because there are a lot of really important guests coming here every now and then, and just so that people would not have on public all the operative system of this place, well, they do not allow you to film, which is also great because people know they will be really private in this place. Really popular thing to do, especially on weekends. They are open throughout the whole entire evening and part of the night. So on weekends, the busiest it gets, usually it's Friday and Saturday, around evening time after dinner, because it's here where a lot of people, even locals, love to go every now and then to spend some fun time. I'm personally not a fan of casinos. I don't like these type of games, and I don't like these like coin machines and things like this. Just not that type of a person, but I know some people love it, which is why we decided to show you this place as other alternative, especially right now when the winter slowly but surely is getting closer to us. So whenever there's gonna be bad weather outside, you know that you can always visit these types of places to have some fun, get some nice drinks, although here I must say they are slightly expensive, so be prepared. As in every casino, be prepared that you will get charged quite a lot for your drinks. But casinos are like this, and if you want to visit these type of places, you need to be prepared and save up some money for it. The next place where we will be heading right now is situated right on the Mediterranean Avenue. And here, right in front of the Hotel Agir Springs, we have the famous Festilandia. This is the place that has been fully renewed during pandemics. Totally brand new place because it's been overtaken by a new company, which is Soul Park. This is why you have this type of strange name on here below Festilandia. And to be honest with you, I absolutely love what it turned into, because right now it actually feels like a fun park, both for children and for adults. This is for the whole entire family. They have game zone, different virtual reality glasses, like racing, a lot of things in here. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of people. We had to ask for a permission to film for it to the manager of this place, so it's all good, so that we would be able to show you what kind of machines do they have inside, so that if you are interested, you know where exactly you should be heading during your next visit. Obviously, it's not a sponsored video, nothing like this, just giving you some extra information of what to expect if you visit Festilandia with your family or just by yourselves, because a lot of these things are suitable for adults as well. Here on the right side, you have some cafeteria and a bar. By the way, they serve quite some nice drinks, iced coffee, different cocktails with non-alcohol ones as well, like a lot of things. Festilandia right now is open only in the evening, starting around from 6 p.m. up until 1 at night, more or less, depending on the day. However, in summer, it usually opens up from Monday till Friday in the evening, from 5 till 10:30, more or less. And on Saturday and Sunday, starting from 11:30 up until nighttime. Before, it was working with coins, so you needed to go to each and every single place and pay separately to get a ticket. But right now, you need to go to the ticket vending point, and they give you like a specific card which can be topped up and recharged afterwards. So basically, with this card, you just go and you discount the amount of money for each and every single game or place where your child is going or yourselves are going. And one time on one attraction per child costs €3. Let me know if you find it expensive. Ooh, there's 8D cinema. I wonder what that, I would love to try that one just to see how it feels. 8D, which is really strange. 5D I've seen, but 8D is something that I've never seen before, to be honest. So you just buy this card and that's it. You can top it up, you can recharge it, and if you buy like many bonuses, they give you extra rides for just topping up your card, which is really nice as well. Here, as I've said, you have bars, you have cafeteria as well. You have some bathrooms available for you guys. So it's basically a fun place, especially if you don't know where to go. If you are a lover of these type of machines, racing, arcade games, etc., why not? You can visit it, and it's also a fun place to spend time in winter. These type of machines, recreative machines, they do work with coins. So for these ones, you don't need to have a card to top it up. You just use coins, like normally it's €1 or €2 coins that need to be used. If you don't have these exact coin money, you can ask the people who work here and they will change you. And there's also a money changer black machine that says cambio right there. You just put the money that you want, like paper money, and they bring you back the change that you can use for the games. This here is Ozone, it's Bowling Redemption. This is the only bowling place in Benidorm since 1974. Obviously, the same year when Festilandia was changed, this place was also changed completely. And on this ground floor, they do have some machines to play as well. However, the main attraction is obviously the bowlings. They are right there down below. What they do is they offer bowling games. One game is €5, and on weekend it's $5.50. The rental for the shoes that you need to rent, you cannot play with your own shoes, is €1 per person as well. And it's open from 11 in the morning up until 1:30 at night. So it's just great, especially once again during winter season. If you want to do something special, these places like bowling is just great to have some nice family memories. Before, it costed really a lot. I remember paying €20 for one game just for me and my hubby. So it was quite expensive. Right now, the prices are way more affordable, I must say. So why not? You can use this money if you love these type of places to spend quality time with your family or friends, or just come here by yourself. Why not? Next places we will be checking are two most popular bingos in Benidorm. These ones are also two of the biggest ones and most popular ones, which shortly you will know why it is the case. To be honest with you, a lot of locals locals and national tourists, I mean Spanish, they mostly visit either casino or bingo places. Bingo is something that has been in the heart and soul, the essence of every Spanish in here, because they just love it. They love to go there. They spend just a tiny bit of money, and there is an option that they will win, but if not, at least they're getting some cheap drinks and some nice food inside, and get a company of their friends and relatives. Right now we're heading down the Mediterranean Avenue, the fully reformed place of it. And as you can see, even though it's past 9 p.m., the shops are still open. Not only the supermarkets that usually stay open up until midnight, more or less, not only some 24-hour pharmacies, but also clothes, shoe shops, a lot of different accessories, tourist type of shops with souvenirs as well. Everything remains open, so definitely it's really, really strange. By the way, I think it's mostly because there's still a lot of tourists, and you can see it in here. It's basically nighttime, but there is a lot of people on the streets. It's definitely really, really full and not empty at all. There are even touristic buses. The red bus that you've seen at the very beginning of the video is also still running at this time of the day. And I would definitely recommend you to visit that bus, just a tour bus down Benidorm town, especially during nighttime with all the lights, with all the skyline. The views are just incredible. Lately, we've been receiving also some information that our region will have really high temperatures for at least a couple of weeks from now still, which basically means that usually on 31st of November, on the night of Halloween, if you remember the past videos, if not, I'm just gonna leave them linked here for you down below, just out of curiosity, because you can check what the weather was like then and what the weather is like now. It was slightly raining last year at the end of the video, and we also were with quite warm jeans, with some winter boots, with some cardigans, so really like warm clothing, because it was quite chilly in the evening. And compare it to what we have right now, people with shorts, with slippers, with t-shirts, people just using summer clothes basically almost in November. By the way, right here you can see there's a lot of taxis stopping by. This is an official taxi stop here on the Mediterranean Avenue. And if you've never used taxis in here, I'm not sure how they work in other countries, but here, if you have a taxi stop, you cannot just go to any kind of taxi that you want in a row, so you cannot just pick one. No, you have to go to the first one in the line, so basically to the first one. First driver, just because they are waiting in a row, so the first one needs to go out first, and like this they move. If you go to like third, fifth in the row waiting, they will just politely let you know that you need to go obligatory to the first driver. That's just their code, and that's just how it works in here. Also, if you are picking up the taxi like this on the street, make sure you check the price, because usually for this stop they will still charge you around 4 to 5 euros depending on the day, if it's a weekend, if it's a festive day, or if it's nighttime. Just 5 euros already simply to pick you up and simply for you to sit down inside of the taxi. So bear that in mind when you ask for taxis here in Benidorm town. Also, if you ask for a taxi from your hotel, they will already have the timer running, so bear that in mind. Usually if you go around Benidorm, it's gonna be quite cheap. However, if you go to Altea or any other kind of village, it will be around 13 to 15 euros each way. By the way, here we have some ATM machines that I don't fancy so much at all. Some people ask me, by the way, it's right here near Bingo Plaza. Some people ask me which is the best ATM machine to use, and I still maintain my word, and I still strongly believe that the best thing to use are the ATM machines of the main national banks. So you go to the office of a bank and they always have an ATM machine outside. Use those because they have either really low or zero commissions at all. And the ATM machines that you've just seen, a lot of them don't have a license and a lot of them don't have a support service. And if something goes wrong, apart from charging you a huge commission, you will not have any chance to just contact them and say that something went wrong. So bear that in mind. This is the Bingo Plaza. They have a huge parking here as well on the down floor, and they're usually open from 1 p.m., so midday, towards 2 at night. Here they have really cheap menus. Obviously inside I also cannot film just because of the privacy of all the guests that are heading in there, as you can see. But it's one of the most popular bingos here in Benidorm town. The best thing about bingos is cheap drinks. They often have specific offers. So for example, some days they have menu like for €6 you get like a full 2-course menu, which is really nice as well, especially in these times. And the food quality is also very nice. They have in general a lot of different offers like merienda, which is basically mid-evening snack, which is when they give you bocadillos, sandwiches with some drink, coffee or tea, and while you play you can have all these meals. Also, whenever you go to bingo, I suppose I don't need to say, but just in case, it's also for older than 18 years old. You need, first time when you go, you need to show your identity document, because they register the names of people who came here. They open like a profile for people. Even if you're not from Benidorm and you're not planning to visit it never ever again, just for safety reasons, they need to register all the names of all the people who were here this day playing. Once they registered your ID, you can pass towards the sala, which is basically like a huge room where you are playing. It's not obligatory to play every single game. And it depends on a bingo, but cartons, like these tiny papers that you play bingo with, basically they have different prices. So the previous bingo plaza that we've just seen has slightly higher prices. It can be €2.50 per this paper, €3, even 4. Just depends on the day and depends on how much money potentially you could win. The bingo that you can see right here after the bridge, you could have seen the sign already on the right side. This is Bingo La Higuera, as per the La Higuera Park that is nearby. This bingo here has really cheap prices, which is why it's extremely popular. They offer these small papers for one game just for €1, €1.50 or €2, which is nothing comparing to other places. And they are usually open from 12 on midday up until 12 at night or 1 at night, depending on if it's weekend or a festive day or not. Here they don't have any kind of parking, but you do have La Higuera parking right there near us. This was Benidorm Addictive. Obviously, we have still much more interesting places to show you. However, you know already that these places exist, and if you were wondering what it is like and what you can expect when you go there, I hope we were able to provide you some interesting information. Greetings from Benidorm. Bye.